What you are saying is the following. Jews deep down know that Jesus is the Messiah. They know, they really deep down believe in Christ, but they reject him anyway. Only the devil can do that.
Thank you for that, Rabbi. That was fun. Doc Pluromana, again in the house, says Christian hand-waving claims say the negative language in the New Testament reflect localized Jewish disputes. But doesn't the Edic New Testament ligature to the Old Testament and Judaism show anti-Semitism was more than intra-squabbles?
Well, let's go to the very earliest letter of Paul. And it is probably the oldest surviving Christian literature. And that's the First Thessalonians, no doubt written by the hand of Paul. Age, like 49, 50. That's really, really early, right? And there's no debate over its authorship. So Paul, in chapter 2, verse 14 through 16, just blames the Jews for killing Jesus, and the Jews are therefore contrary to all mankind. And he's not writing this to Jews. So no, not at all. Paul's letters are almost always written to non-Jews, not to Jewish people. There is an exception, and that's in the book of Romans, where he is addressing both groups, I mean Jews and Gentiles who are Christians, to a church that he has not yet visited. He will, but when he's writing Romans, he had not yet been to Rome. So I could dismiss it in that fashion, but it's much, much deeper than this. The Jews are portrayed as the devil in the Christian Bible, and it's a very serious charge, but it's a very sophisticated charge. And most people look at passages like John 8:44, where the Jews who don't believe are called the seed of the devil. Satan is your father. And they go, well, that's a really nasty thing to say. But people don't really grasp. They just don't wrap their head around what the charge is here. And it's rather sophisticated. In Christian thought, Satan, the devil, does he know the truth? No matter what you're doing, like stop and listen to what I'm about to share with you. You cannot miss this point. In Christian theology, does Satan know the truth? It means really know that God is who he is and Jesus Christ is his son. The answer is yes, he very much does know. But he rejects Jesus anyway, he rejects God anyway, because he is the chief enemy of God, because he went into rebellion against God because of his pride. This has nothing to do with Judaism. This is pure dualism. Okay? I'm not going to get into the Judaism view of Satan, but for right now, understand this, that in the Christian view, Satan was the highest of all the angels. And he went into rebellion, and it all plays out in Revelation, how it all ends up, okay? Revelation 13 and so on. So when you say that the Jews are the seed of the devil, this is not like just saying some pejorative thing about Jews, What you are saying is the following. Jews deep down know that Jesus is the Messiah. They know, they really deep down believe in Christ, but they reject him anyway. Only the devil can do that. And it is for this reason that people who have a unflattering view of the Jews, Christians who view the Jews with contempt, they're not insane. Christian anti-Semitism is completely rational. If you read the Christian Bible and the way the Jews are portrayed, they're not portrayed as people who just don't know any better. It's not like, they were just people who happened to be in China at the time and just didn't know about it. So they're not angry at them. They didn't know, that's why I don't believe. But the Jews deep down know. In fact, we know it so well that we even infuse Christologies into our customs. Like we have 3 matzahs at the Passover Seder for the Holy Trinity, which we claim not to believe in. And we put holes in our matzahs because we know that Christ was pierced through. And we break the middle matzah because the second person of the Trinity was broken. Okay? This is the way the Jews are portrayed in the Christian Bible. It's not they just don't believe It's not just that they don't know or they no, the Jews really know the truth, but they reject him anyways, and only the devil can do that. And this theme flows throughout. We talked earlier about the infancy narrative. Like, Herod the Great finds out that the Messiah is born in Bethlehem. It's, by the way, the passage in Matthew 2:6 is completely ripped apart from Micah chapter 5. Forget that for a moment, okay? But he then, well, why not just go there and let's kill him, and just let's kill all the kids in Bethlehem, okay? But this reaches a height. There are so many examples of this, but this is all over the place in the Christian Bible, where the Jews are portrayed not as just not knowing. And the reason why no one would ever buy this is the Jews have a reputation for being clever, knowing the Bible. They're the only ones who can read the Bible in its original language. We're the only ones who were there at the time. The Japanese were not in the land of Israel. Why don't we believe it? It has to be that they're enemies of God. Let me give you a very, very striking example of this. Let's go to the end of the book of Matthew. Go to Matthew 28. We are told that the Jews said we need to have guards. It's very famous. Jesus is dead. He's put in the tomb, and the Jews are very concerned. The chief priests are very worried that that the followers are going to steal the body. So we need to have Roman guards placed in front of the tomb to protect it, to make sure no one steals the body and then claims an empty tomb. Okay. This device is really dumb. I'm sorry, but it's really dumb, and no one gets it, and I don't know why. Like, if someone were to steal the body, Derek, when would they steal it? If Jesus is crucified on Friday, right, and then we are told that he resurrects sometime early Sunday morning, what would be the ideal time to steal the body? You would steal it Friday night. It's dark. It's not like today where people like their street lights. People didn't, before 1860, no one left the old city of Jerusalem. Forget about it. That means the time to steal it is Friday night. That's when you get rid of the body. As it turns out, if you look, I don't know, I can't possibly be the first person that thought of this because it's so plain in the text, but literally the guards are put there the next day, which means the guards are placed there on Saturday. I'm just saying this, it's almost like God went into the mind of the writer of this is an M source, and just did this so that people could figure it out. Like, what good is guards being placed there on Saturday? Like, there's nothing. Like, it's very silly. But this is not, I don't want to digress. But no one says it. I don't know why. I'm sure a lot of people say it. I just haven't seen it. Anyway, getting back to our story, what happens is the guards come back to the chief priest and go, gone. Like, they basically report essentially that Jesus rose from the dead. That means we have an empty tomb problem. Okay? Now, what should have happened is that when the priests and the elders, the Jews, find out that Jesus rose from the dead from the guards, who fainted like dead men, they should have gone, logically, holy moly, I guess we were wrong about Jesus, and we should follow him and worship him, and I guess he rose from the dead. That's what anybody would say, right? No, they seek to pay off the guards to say that they fell asleep. That means that this is and the way racism, bigotry is conveyed, it's not by saying, oh, we think the blacks are this, the Jews are this, and using all kinds of words. No, the way hatred is conveyed is through storytelling. If you just use an inappropriate term to speak about any group of people, that's not what makes people embrace a worldview of that person. It's the storytelling that creates racism. Always. Bigotry is always created by storytelling. And if I told you that the Eskimos control all the banks in Hollywood, you go, what are you talking about? Like, the Irish control. No, it wouldn't make sense to anybody. It has to be the Jews. Why? Because it makes sense to them based on a Christian worldview, whether you're a Christian or don't. So here's an example. I just took one very famous anecdote conveyed in Matthew. Here we have the chief priests and the elders who know now that Jesus Christ rose from the dead. And they're willing to pay. And this, of course, shows how the Jews control the world through their money. They own the banks. They can pay off everybody. I mean, these people who are just not fond of Jews today and think that the Jews just control the world, Protocols of the Elders of Zion, early 20th century forgery, they're not crazy. The reason why they think this is the Christian worldview. And this is why Buddhists don't hate Jews. This is why Hindus, there's no history of anti-Semitism in India. Why? Because the Hindus have not been loaded with this kind of screed that portrays the Jews as devils. So what I'm seeking to convey here is that the anti-Semitism found in the Christian Bible is not something that Jews are all kinds of whatever. No, it's the storytelling. The storytelling is what creates a bigotry in good people who would otherwise have who would be philo-Semitic, and it makes them have a dark view. It nourishes within them a dark view of the Jews, although in every other way they're perfectly moral people, because of the way the storytelling is conveyed in the Christian canon. Bingo, there it is.
אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא ואת נעשה